Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we have an exciting video lined up for you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an update from our channel.
Guys, in this video, we will be learning what is map function in Python, why we use and how we can use map function in Python. We will be covering these points in this video. Now let's see what is map function in Python. Map function is a built-in function which applies a function on all the items of an iterator given as input. An iterator, for example, can be a list, a tuple, a set, a dictionary, a string, and it returns an iterable map object. Okay, what are these types? These are the data types of Python. Okay, you can see the syntax for the map function, built-in function in Python modules, right? It accepts function, one function, then next arguments it is accepting iterator 1, 2 and n number of iterators it can accept. Okay, if you want to pass on single iterator you can pass it. If you want to pass on multiple iterator we can pass on. So we'll be covering n number of iteration in this point. This function actually it's a mandatory function to be given to a map, right? It will always be a mandatory option that will be applied to all the items available in the iterator. Okay, what is iterator? It can be list, tuple, sets, string. Okay, what it will return? The map function is going to apply the given function on all the items inside the iterator and return an iterable map object. If we want to get the cube of any given number, so that map function could help us, right? So how it will help us? Let's say we have one, let's say numbers variables wherein we have some numbers. Like what we are going to do, we are going to define one function. We can say get cube, and then what it will return? It will return just, you can say this is a formula to get the cube. Okay, this is very simple function. Now we want to get the all cubes. Okay, from this list object we are going to use map function. So map function, what it say, if you see the documentation for the map function, so you would see this is function we are going to pass on here, right, as a first argument. And second, you can see it's a iterable args type. Okay, so we can pass n number of iterable sequences, right? That is fine. So we are going to pass on get cube, and then we have to pass on our source, right? That is our sequence. All done. We have to, let's say, print. Okay, so let's run the program. 1 cube is 1, 2 cube of 8, 3 cube of 27 and so on. You see, this is very simple to get the cube, okay, from an array. Now let's see our second point, using map function with built-in functions. Okay, our objective is to convert these decimal value into the integer, right? We have to round these values. Okay, round function, this is built in. Okay, so this round function we'll be using because we are covering this built-in function with map. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to now use map function, right? We can say round function we are going to use because it will be taking number. We can pass one function, then we have to pass on our built-in, right? So we are saying this one, and then we are result 1. Okay, then we are going to print result 1. If you run the program, so you will see now all values, even all decimal values have been converted into the integer, right? They have been round off. Okay, right, because it actually removes the precisions. Okay, it will always return integer. So this is very simple. Now let's see our third point, using map with a string as an iterator. Let's say we have one string value, okay, and we want this string to be convert its case, either lower case to the upper case, right? We are going to create one function, and then we are going to return one built-in function from Python modules, that is on string s dot upper, okay, str dot upper. This is function which converts lower cases string into the upper case. Any string value, let me take coding news today, and we have to use the map function, then get upper case 1, and then we have to pass our s1. Got it? We can say our s2. This would return the iterable object, and then we will be printing this s2. If you run the program, so it is the map object, okay, we have to use for, okay, so let me take for I, and we can put it blank, right? Now we can print it. You see, now it has converted this case into the uppercase completely. If you remove this space from here, right, so you will get the complete uppercase string. Alright, now let's see our fourth case using map with list of numbers, right? So for fourth case, we already have this number, okay. What we want? We want to get the square of any number. So we'll be passing one list to the map function, and then it will return us the square of each item, right? So we are going to create one function get, and then we can say this would be our list number, right? Numbers will be saying, so we'll be first printing numbers just to see the input, and we are going to say as 3 equals to map function we'll be using, and then we'll to passing get square, and then this numbers, okay, and we have to convert list, we have to convert it into the list. Let's in the program. So you see, after coding news, first it iterate this row string, and then it converted its square, right? It's 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 5 square 25. You see, this is the output from this statement. Okay, easy. Let's move to our next point, that is using map with tuple. That is our fifth point. That was our fourth point. So you know what is tuple? A tuple is a object in Python that has items separated by commas and enclosed in a round brackets. We are going to create one function. So it will convert any upper text into the lower case. Okay. So get lower. So we'll be using built-in function this time also. Okay. The lower. Okay. We have to use tuple. So how we can create tuple? We can create tuple with round brackets, and then we can pass comma separated values. So I am saying today. So all these items are in uppercase characters. Okay. So we are going to convert those uppercase character into the lower case. That's why we have created this new function. Now use the map function, and then we can say t2, and then we have to print convert into the list t2. That is all. Click on the run. Then you see the output. Our old text, the uppercase text, got converted into the lowercase in this output right here. Right? Clear so far? The next point is using map with sets. So you know how to create sets. Set is the similar thing. The only difference is instead of round brackets, we have to use curly braces, right? This is the syntax of, so this is called a sets. If you want to see what is the type, you can get it easily d1, and you will find this is a set class. You see, right? It is confirmed, it is sets class, and then we have to use the same thing, right? And instead of tuple, we will be passing our d1 here, okay, and that would be t3 for us and t3. All good? This is a different code, right? The output will be the lowercase of this list items. Okay, let's end the program. You see, we have got the lowercase strings. Okay, now let's move to our next point, seventh point, that is very important. See carefully. So how to use map function with lambda functions? You know the lambda function. Lambda expressions are utilized to construct anonymous functions, right? We will have to use the lambda keywords just as you use def to define normal function. Okay, so let's say if I want to get the cube of any given number, we have to use the lambda function, okay, into the map. Let me take cube 1. This is my new variable, then map. So here just see carefully, we have to use lambda keyword, right? And its number as an argument we are going to take. For x, you can take anything, a, you can take y, z, okay, anything. Then we have to say for a cube, a multiply a, okay, and then our numbers, which numbers? So we can take these numbers, okay, these numbers we can take, okay. We'll passing this as a number 1 and number 1. Let's print the output, run the program. So you see, this is the cube of the list items, right? You see 2, 8, 3, 64, 5, 525. If you change or you add new item into the list, you will get the cube for that item as well, right? Port 6, we have the cube, we have the cube 216. Okay, now let's see our next point, multiple iterators inside map function. Okay, you see the syntax, right? We can pass on multiple iterators, 1, 2, and n number of iterators. So this is that point. Okay, passing two list iterators to map. So here what we are going to do, we are going to create two lists, right? Let me take list 1. All right, this is fine. And now we have to use our map function. Let's say m1 equals to map l1 item I want to add with l2 items, right? So how you will do that? To do so, we have to first define a function add. It will be accepting a plus b, a comma b, and then it will return a plus b, right? And we have to pass on add l1 and then l2, right? Just print it. Now run the program. Just match the output. Okay, so our output is as per our requirement, like we are going to add a and b, okay, for different list, okay, 4 and 5, 9, 5, 6, 11. This is the output. Now let's see the next point. This is the same list, right? Now we can also pass different type of iterator into the map function. You see, now tuple and list iterator we are going to pass on, right? So what we can do, instead of l this l2 as a list, we are going to set to the tuple. Okay, that is fine. These are the different type, l2 and l1 is list type, l2 is tuple type. Okay, then you can just see the output. So output is same. One more thing, if you have more than item either of the iterable, so it will only take the equal number of parameters, right, for both the iterator, right? It will not consider any mismatch item. Okay, if you run the program, so it will not take 34, because for 34 L1 does not have any item, right? It would consider as a none, right? Because positions are the matching. Okay, the indexes are the same for both the things. Okay, let's say if you pass on L3, one more thing, and you this time you say 3 only, so what would be the output then? L3 I am going to pass on, so the output will be only 1, 3 and 3, right? Because we do not have further elements in L3, only single element is there. Let's run it. So we have issue here. So it is saying take two position argument, but 3 was given. Okay, we got that. So we have to pass on the third argument in this function. Now it will work, right? So you see only 7 we have received. 1 plus 3 is 7. So we have now understood what is map function.
That brings us to the end of the today's video. We hope you found it informative and engaging. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content on all things tech related. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.